Okay, what's up, everybody? Punchingbagskunk.com. We get the best unboxing. Hey, your boy Greg here today for the video. We're going to talk about, right when I'm getting ready to completely give up on boxing, like, it just aggravates me so much. I'm done with it. I'm sick of boxing. It seems like every time I get to that one point, boxing throws me a lifeline. And something draws me back into the sport when after jackasses aggravate me constantly about the sport. You go to my videos, you see, you know my gripes. I'm always aggravated with boxing. But every now and then, like I said, I get a lifeline thrown in. I heard that Devin Haney and King Davis is a potential match that could be made. I like that fight. That's a good. See, I'm excited. That's a good fight. You know what I mean? That's a good fight for boxing. And, I'm always beating up on the new school because it's jackasses. But anyway, but the reason boxing today is ridiculous is fighters are not interested in. They're really not interested in building the sport. Fighters are not. They're just selfish. The bottom line is just selfish. Me. It's all about me. It's not about the sport overall. Okay, so here we go. They're not interested in building the sport. See, fighters today they only care about them. Like I said, how can I put this? It's not like it's like they just don't want, like it's just about them. So they're not willing to put the sport first. And when you put the sport first, you're putting the fans first. See what I'm saying? You're not thinking about me. You're thinking about the sport, which is the fans. You get the fans, the ones that buy the tickets, the ones that's paying for the mortgages that you got, jackass. The fans. So when you put them fighters back in the day, put them first. You see what I'm saying? They put them first because so they put their undefeated records on the line. They'll take these chances. Today these fighters don't want to put nothing on the line. They don't want to lose my bubble. That's my paycheck. So it's all about them. You know what I mean? But fighters back in the day, they wasn't like that. They put their titles on the line. They put their undefeated records on the line. Look, some even put their health on the line.
To unify the title of the welterweight division. In the 13th round, he dominated Hearns and went on to win a 14th round TKO victory to become the undisputed welterweight champion. Even in victory, Leonard showed scars of battle. 8 months later, he underwent surgery to repair a partially detached retina of his left eye. It had been damaged and torn, causing it to separate from the back wall of the eye. Surgery was performed to seal the tears and reattach the retina. A permanent silicone buckle was placed around the circumference of the eyeball to secure the reattachment. Dr. Ronald Michaels, who performed the surgery, expressed his opinion.
Boxing is a violent sport and there is an element of danger involved. And yet, once the eye is well healed and the retina is secure and properly reattached, then there should be no increased risk of damage to the eye that previously had the retinal detachment.
I was lucky in my fight for sight, but others need our help. Fighting blindness is a unanimous decision we should all make.
One past Olympic champion, Sugar Ray Seals, was not so lucky with his eyesight. Today, he is legally blind in one eye and has only minimal vision in his other.
Well, this great man, this great champion, could be one of the greatest fights in the history of boxing. Talking about money, you talk about Fort Knox. And this is the only man could never make that possible. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. But unfortunately, it'll never happen. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Just over a year later, Sugar Ray Leonard shocked the boxing world by announcing his return to the ring after an exhibition at Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland. This coming a year and a half after delicate eye surgery. He displayed his familiar moves, the behind-the-back punch, the familiar quick hands and quick feet, and plenty of punching power. He's been training in the town where he grew up, Palmer Park, Maryland, for his comeback fight later this month against Kevin Howard. Yes, one of the greatest welterweight champions. Certainly the modern-day king is back. Back to the sport he missed.
I knew I was young enough. I knew I was great enough to come back. And it was eating at me. And it was tough. Every day, the minutes seemed like hours, and the hours seemed like days. Days seemed like weeks. And it was just tough. It really was tough. I thought I was content. I really did. And I was very sincere about my retirement, stating the fact that that was it. But I think it's difficult for a lot of people to relate. I'm an athlete. I'm a competitive athlete. And I strive on competition, challenges.
What changed your mind? Pride, money?
Love.
Okay.
I would say love, because it's not the money. And I think that's a very good reason for coming back and being able to say I will be successful. Because for not financial reasons, I'll do it because of the love for the sport, which will enable me to be the best again, because I will have the same self-motivation. I will remain optimistic, and I will have the same desire. And these are very important ingredients in becoming a champion.
I fought with torn rotator cuffs and pulled muscles, all kinds of show must go on. I've done it. And back in the day, guys from my era, they do that. But these days, you break a fingernail, they go, fight's over, fight's off, let's postpone another year. You know what I mean? That's what they do these days. It's just odd. It's just aggravating, man. They put together, the fighters, they, just don't care about the sport. You know what I mean? So, I feel like this. This is where I feel like, when I talked about the fight, the show must go on, because, let me just add this little disclaimer too, because I know how people are. When I talk about putting your health on the line, I'm not unsympathetic to people that got hurt in the ring or even had died in the ring. I'm not downplaying or somehow saying that's not important. None of the health of fight is. Get away from me with that nonsense. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that that didn't come up back in the day. Fighters constantly say stuff these days that Floyd, I don't know, I guess Floyd started. He started all the nonsense. If you go back my videos, I'll tell you that. But I'm saying, with fighters are prone today to say stuff like, I want to get out of the game, my facilities and my money. So think about that. I'm not saying going to a game to get hurt. I'm just saying that we didn't think about them things.
The Almighty says this must be a fashionable fight. It's drawn the finest people. Where is thy salute for presenting yourselves on this battlefield? I give you thanks.
This is our army. To join it, you give homage.
I give homage to Scotland. And if this is your army, why does it go?
We didn't come here to fight for them.
Oh, the English are too many.
Will you fight?
Fight against that? No! We will run!
And we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
people that come on the Punchingbagskunk YouTube channel are knowledgeable, boxing experts and trainers and you know, people that know boxing, not jackasses that are hanging at the mall going, hey, I like boxing, and you don't know a damn thing about boxing. So in a way, maybe Punching Bag, maybe we can change a little bit of the landscape here. Maybe. At least that's what I'm hoping. You know what I mean? Because I know there's a lot of people out there from my era that clearly understand that the sport of boxing is falling into it's deteriorating. It's just ridiculous. But like I said, with all that said, remember I said there's always a lifeline. Tank Davis, Devin Haney. Now, if you know me, you know I kind of sometimes I've been prone to beat up on Devin Haney a little bit. I think before I've said that and look, this ain't a knock on his boxing skills. He's technically sound, decent fighter. A little more than decent. World champion. I mean, I know I call the kid Edgar, but I ain't know them guys decent because they ain't number prospects for example. So I'm saying they're in the champion. So he's a little elevated more. But I think my feeling is that, and what I always tell you guys, I got my opinion. I'm gonna say my opinion. You don't like it? Too bad. but my opinion on Devin Haney is that he lacks skill and instinct. I just don't see that dog in him. I don't see it. I don't see it, man. Hey, Devin, I don't see it, man. I don't see it. But with all that said, he's a solid champion. And look, here's another thing, man. What was it? I don't want to look it up. The guy that he fought last stung him.
He's coming forward, going into his bag of tricks. Oh, he was wobbling. Devin Haney wobbles back to his corner. And it was that right hand, that sharp right hand by Leonard. That's the punch that I knew was going to be the money punch. Had been mostly dominated in this fight, but had a great round 10 and has Haney perhaps on wounded knees. Caught him again. Haney is still shook. He's still shook. Oh, and he caught him again to Leonard. Look at the last samurai. Does he have a last stand in him? The last samurai with the last stand, shaking and pressuring Haney. Came around the door with that left hand. Haney was still shook, but still counterpunching with that left uppercut. 10 seconds left. Haney looks like he's going to cross the finish line, but what a performance up into the last couple rounds. And Linares closes strong. What a fight here in Las Vegas.
And put him on wobbly legs, and he showed a lot of grit coming back in that fight. So I had to give him props for that. So I know I beat up on Devin a lot, but he's a good fighter. You know what I mean? So he's a good fighter, and look, he showed his grit. Everyone knows that glove right there in back of me. That's autographed by Gervonta and Davis. I'm subjective when it comes to that's a good fight with him and Devin Haney. I'm not gonna say it's a pick 'em fight. I'm not gonna say that because I think Tank will beat him and I think Tank will stop him. And that's not because it's my favorite fighter. It's just because looking objectively at the intangibles and I always tell you guys, I judge fights not only on unconventional barometers. Guys attack gloves too much. I don't play that junk. That's too friendly. Look what happened to Deontay Wilder being too damn friendly with Tyson Fury. That's a whole another video. I judge fighters how much money you got. You know what I mean? If you got $8-10 million in a Bentley outside, and maybe you don't want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and run no more. Get up and run. I'll run at 8 o'clock. You lose that motivation, that fire and tiger. You ain't as hungry. What like Holmes say? It's hard to get up and run at 4 in the morning when you're wearing silk pajamas. So I look at all kinds of different kind of barometers and to see who I judge, how I judge who's gonna win a fight. So I'm saying, with all that said, I'm illustrating the point that Tank Davis, I think, will beat him just because he's a better fighter and he got more power than him. And I've seen that chin a little wobbly. So you better, with Tank, I just think you gotta be very careful, and you gotta be careful the whole fight. Not one of them guys is dangerous for 1 or 2 rounds. You know what I mean? This is a guy that stops you in the later rounds, 8, 9, 10 rounds. He knocked you out in the later rounds. That means he carries his power to the later rounds. That's a true puncher. You know what I mean? But anyway, I love this fight. This is a good fight for boxing. This is the type of fights that should happen. This is the type of fights that would happen if boxing wasn't stuck in the jackass mode. You know, with top fighters, top fighters, excuse me, top fighters dodging guys like, you know, dodging fight, top guys dodging fighters and not giving the fans the fights that they want to see. You know, it comes to the point now where some fighters are just outright, like, when did that happen anyway? That you can just say, I'm not fighting you. When the hell did that happen anyway? I'm just not fighting you. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to fight you. Like, I don't need to explain to you fans nothing. I don't need to explain nothing. See, back in the day, if a fighter was worthy, and sometimes he wasn't, and listen, old timers know this. Sometimes the fighter wasn't even ranked in it, like number one contender, which is a mandatory defense. Sometimes the guy's around 7 or 8, but everyone knows he's a great fighter. He just ain't got the connections or whatever, and he can't get to the number one rank because, you know, guys playing games behind the scenes that they constantly do now, and they couldn't get it. And what happened then is the fans will come out and they demand this fight, and the fans put so much pressure on it that they have to have. Everyone's seen the movie Rocky.
Look, I don't know about anybody else, but as long as I'm going to be promoting this fight myself, I want a lot more pressure put on for a rematch.
Hey, we can get the same money for the 2 top contenders. Why go after Balboa? Why?
Because there's still a lot of people out there that think he won. There's a lot of people out there accusing me of having the fight fixed, accusing me of being a fake and insulting my kids at school. That's why.
You want to hear the truth?
Yeah, I want to hear the truth.
The truth is that last time he was damn lucky. Now he's all finished. I mean, he's been hanging around doing nothing for 6 months. And any trainer worth anything wouldn't have nothing to do with him. Now I say, let's go after some new meat. Forget this bum.
You think I beat him the last time? Do you?
You got the decision.
Man, I won, but I didn't beat him. What are you afraid of, Tony? Honest? Yeah, honest.
He's all wrong for us, baby. I saw you beat that man like I never saw no man get beat before, and the man kept coming after you. We don't need that kind of man in our life. I know what you're feeling. Let it go. Let it go. You're the champ.
Thank you. Look, you're in charge of my public relations, right? I want a whole new campaign started. I want something done publicly to bring this man up. I want something done to jar this man's pride. I want something done to get the people around him talking. All right?
You realize if we use this humiliation tactic, you're setting yourself up as the bad guy.
Look, man, whatever gets him in the ring.
Put the pressure on Rocky, and they started calling him chicken and all that kind of stuff, and Rocky ended up getting ring. But that's what happened back in the day. People would, you know, the fans, see, they dictate that. Now, you know, it's in boardrooms. Now that, and this, I'm gonna close with this, because I'm not gonna ramble on all day. But this is why you got every daggone kid now that got 5 fights that thinks that they're businessmen now. You know what I mean? They're talking about ticket sales, and they're talking about kids are talking about promoters got kids selling tickets on their own anyway. So, you know, you want to be on the card here, sell these tickets. That's what promoters. Kids are doing the promoter's job, which is a whole nother story. Want to do their own damn job. That's why you got. All right, so kids thinking they're businessmen now with 5-6 fights because Floyd done put that business model on boxing. So now coming up, it's not about learning how to throw a proper jab. Ha! Throw your punches right. It's not about that no more. Not about learning how to throw punches and learning technique. Now it's about fluff. Fluffing at them. It's about fooling the masses. It's about fake. Ooh, almost swore. About fake stuff. I promise my wife no swearing, no cussing. It's about fake stuff. You know what I mean? That's all it's about, fake stuff now. And again, that's why you get these Conor McGregors and Jake Pauls and Hey, look, whatever, making money. I get it, but if it's injuring boxing, the integrity of boxing, then it got to go. It's got to go. Anyway, I didn't want to make this angry rant. I really, if you look at the beginning of the video, it was that lifeline. So this is a good fight. This is a good fight for boxing. This is a good fight. Devin, I hope this fight happens because this is a good fight for boxing. Devin Haney and Tank Davis. Everyone knows that. Go look at my video. What's that jackass's name? Rolly Romero, remember that jackass? I don't care if you don't fight him. I don't want to see it anyway. Only thing I want to see it was have Tank knock him, break his jaw. So I can't hear it. Can't hear that no more. That's what I want that fight to happen. But as for boxing, that fight's bad for boxing. Wait, who's this kid? 10 fights, 14, whatever he got, never fought no damn buddy. That's not. But this fight, Devin Haney, this is champion fighting the champion. This is what we need. This is what boxing needs. You need champions fighting champions. This is the stuff that you build momentum on. This is what then gets the people back involved in boxing. Casual, I shouldn't say casual. Strike that, not casual. You get sick of casuals. That's another thing that's wrong with boxing. Got a bunch of wannabe experts don't know a damn thing about boxing. Always running their mouth. But Devin Haney, Tank Davis, beautiful fight for boxing. Maybe to start leapfrogging that, and everyone else is out getting in the ring together. You know what I mean? And the champions fighting the champion. Damn well, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence should have happened years ago. I'm getting to the point where I don't even want to see that fight anymore because, I want to see it when it's supposed to happen. I don't want to see a guy fight. I don't want to see Floyd fight Manny Pacquiao when they're old, 10 years later, a little bit past their prime. I want to see the fights in their prime. Sugar Ray fought Tommy Hearns in their prime, when they had everything to lose. They had to put everything on the line. You understand? That's what makes the sport noble. That's what makes it honorable. That's what makes it boxing. That's why boxing is not wrestling and UFC and all that other nonsense. Because there's something about it. Different. You gotta put, these days, anyone can box now. I say it all the time. Everyone's calling themselves a boxer now. Kids with one fight. Amateur kid, I'm great because you made a couple of videos in the gym. You know how easy it is for an amateur kid to get now you don't even need a camera, just get your phone and set up a little tripod or just tape it, and now you're hitting the bag and jumping rope, and now you put on Instagram and all this stuff, and now everyone thinks you're a fighter. Now you walk around the hood, but you ain't getting nothing. Nothing! But anyway, there's a silver lining to this, alright, everybody? There's a silver lining. The silver lining is that if this fight comes off and fights like this come off, then it's good for boxing. You got two competitive champions, two champions, I should say, facing each other. Two undefeated champions. I mean, that's what boxing is all about. It ain't about taking your bubble and holding it hostage and then robbing the people, robbing the fans. You know what I mean? It ain't about taking my bubble, holding on to it, fighting jackass, get paid, easy fights, or setups is basically what it is. If you want to just say it, and you start saying setup, you start saying rigged, you don't want them terminologies to come into boxing. But the bottom line is, if this guy's holding his bubble and holding his belt, and he's only fighting, I don't want to fight him. I want to fight him. And then he's fighting these jackasses, and he's getting all this money. And they don't get me wrong, they take a jackass and build it up with these emotional pre-fight movies or whatever they call them. When they show that he's training and eating and do all that junk, get everybody in emotion, they'll sell the fight, they sell anything. Take Roger Rabbit, put him in the ring, and give me 3 weeks before the fight, I'll put on the movie that Roger Rabbit is fighting for his daughter who's in a hospital having an operation, and he's got to save his grandmother from this, and that's why he's fighting, and all this junk. And now everyone gets brainwashed. But then by the time the fight time, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, time to fight, everybody wants to see the fight. And it's a bum fight. Did you see that's what's happening? You're just getting boomboozled. You're just getting food. I mean, geez, wake up. That's all you're doing. Now you're paying your money, hotter than money, jackasses. who don't want to fight no damn body. It don't make a damn bit of sense. And you wonder why I rant and rave all the time about the new school, old school. You wonder why. Because they don't want to fight nobody. Sometimes they'll work hard to get the belt, but then once they get the belt, they don't want to fight nobody. They just want to make money with the belt. The money is a cha-ching. They want to make money with the belt. Look at Teofimo Lopez. And look, if you go back to my video, go to my channel, Punchingbagskunk YouTube channel, look up where I predicted that Teofimo was going to beat Lomachenko. This before the fight. Go check it out. If you think I'm bull crapping, go check it out. But now look at what he's doing. Got the one big fight, got over the hump, took a chance, had to take a chance, took a chance. Matter of fact, I give Lomachenko more props for that than he did, because Lomachenko didn't need him. And Lomachenko still fought him. So I give him more props, even through the loss. Because right now, all Teofimo Lopez is doing is sitting on the belt, doing what everybody else does. Sit on the belt and try to make money, you know what I mean? Jackasses, you know what I mean? I can't even start talking about boxing. This was meant to be a good spirited, no ranting, no raving, no anger video. But you see, I talk, the state of boxing aggravates me. It just aggravates me. When are we gonna get back to the glory years? I know it's gonna say, hey, you gotta go with the times. Yeah, if going with the times means compromising how I see boxing should be, or and I don't say me, because there's a lot of people that feel like me. I know a lot of people fed up with boxing again these days. I know it. But I'm gonna leave this on a good note. I'm gonna leave this on a good note. That look, let's just hope that this fight with Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney happens, because I think it's a beautiful fight for boxing. This is the most awesome fight I've seen in a while. If this materializes, this happens. This could very well be one of the saviors fights of boxing. I mean, this is a big deal. Let's hope that it happens. All right. With that said, Punchingbagskunk YouTube channel. If you're looking for old school, hard hitting, boxing truth, you know where to go. Come check out your boy at Punchingbagskunk YouTube channel. Also, go check out the website, Punchingbagskunk.com, where you got a bunch of wonderful stories, articles written by you know who, me, videos, fights, classic fights. You know, the website is the bomb. Just go check it out. And until we meet again, you guys stay safe out there. Peace.